Scrapbooking is a widely practiced pastime in the United States. It is easy and fun, Drek says from scrapbook.com. Most people have piles of pictures laying around their homes or on a disk or jump drive, but many don't have a way to keep them organized and protected while still being able to view them whenever they like. People take pictures as a keepsake that can be shared with family and friends and looked upon for years to come. So shouldn't these memories be protected in the best way possible? Some people believe it requires a lot of time, work, money, and creativity to scrapbook, and although it does take a little of each of these, it is much simpler than people might think, and the end result will last for years to come. According to Leandra Sebastian, scrapbooking is something that just about anyone can do once you have an interest in it. It does not require you to have any artistic skill or even be a crafty sort of person. I believe anybody can enjoy scrapbooking and the satisfaction of preserving your pictures forever. I've been scrapbooking for most of my life. It is something that my mom loves to do, and she passed it down to me when I was a kid, and I've loved it ever since. I also spent a lot of time in a scrapbook store that my parents owned when I was younger. I'm going to explain how to scrapbook for the beginner, and I will tell you what are the basics that you need to get started and the tools and materials you need. Scrapbooking and hobby stores are full of all kinds of tools, but you only need a few to begin. The first thing, after you decide what pictures you want to scrapbook, that you will need is paper. And you want to make sure that your paper and all your materials you use for your pages are acid and lignin free, so they won't turn your pictures into a yellow color or fade. You will also need a good pair of scissors. And the next thing you need is a paper trimmer. These are really handy because you can line up your paper and always get a straight cut. Acid-free adhesive is also needed to adhere the pictures and paper to your page. Then you'll need pigment pens to journal. Along with photos, it is a must to include information about the photos, such as who, what, when, where, and why. This is called journaling. The finished product and albums with pages of photos will clearly tell a story, and your journaling will look something like this. Embellishments are also wanted for a good scrapbook page, and you can use them anywhere you like. There are different sizes and kinds of albums, and because that is the next thing you will need. Just use the one that suits you best. The most common would be a 12 by 12, and that's this size. You will want to make sure that you have PVC-free page protectors that will keep your photos and pages safe. And that's all the tools that you need to begin. Now it's time to scrapbook. Now that you've picked out your pictures, you can start putting them on a page. And your pages will look something like this. I would only recommend putting about 4 pictures on a page unless you cut them down, and you can cut them down with your trimmer. You can also mat the pictures and to look something like this. And then you want to make sure you glue them down to the page. Try to always remember to include the names, dates, and other important information on your journaling. You can find stickers and other embellishments to match the theme of your page, but the rest is completely up to you. Just have fun with it. Scrapbooking is your own story told in your own way with your memories. Just remember, the more you scrapbook, the easier it will be and the more creative you will become. Scrapbooking can be done with just a few tools and is quite simple. You can use different things to make it unique, so just remember to have fun. As you can see, it isn't as much of a hassle to scrapbook, and it isn't as hard as a lot of people think it might be. Even if you don't think you are creative enough or good enough at it, like everything, you will grow and learn and be better at it with time. Scrapbooking may seem like an unimportant hobby to some, but it can be really amazing. Just think about where we would be if many of our family historians and our country's historians hadn't preserved our history. You see, the memories that are in these pictures are frozen moments in time and can last forever if we take care of them. If we scrapbook today, then one day in our future, our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren can look back at these books and see our handwriting and our pictures in it, and it will seem like they are holding a little piece of the past in their hands.